Welcome back to the Hearthstone Global Games. We're in the final stretch.
Okay guys, welcome to the stream. It's my first stream with voice, so it's gonna be an experience for me. Finally got a microphone that worked. Today I'm going to show a ThirdRails Real Drive from Brighton to London Victoria. Don't know if I make it all the way, but we will see. I'll explain what ThirdRails Real Drive means. What does it mean? ThirdRails Real Drive extends the gameplay of today's quick drive and free roam scenarios, and you will be driving a service simultaneous with the real world service based on the real timetable. There are basically two kinds of real drive modes since the latest release of ThirdRails map. It's the real-time real drive. Then we are going at exact the time as it is in the UK now. We'll be driving our service, or an ad hoc real drive where you can drive any service at any time. It's not real time, of course, but you can use the timetable to drive your service. Already started at Brighton here in a quick drive scenario, and going to choose the real drive now from the real drive button in the broadcast form. Gonna do a real-time real drive now. That you can see by this checkbox that we are going to real-time real drive. I will find departures at the real-time trains integration, and I can see here that at 13:18 the 1M67 Gatwick Express service is going to London Victoria. I'm going to drive that one, so I click the retrieve real-time service info. I can see it's express passenger, it's an electric multiple unit, and we are calling at Gatwick Airport and finally at London Victoria. So not many stops this time. Which is for the demo not that good, but we could try to do another service. Like this one is calling at 24 stations, which makes it a bit more interesting in the features which we will see in the GSM-R tool. So I decide now that we are going to drive this Thameslink service. Well, of course, if we did a real-time real drive, we would have to wait now for 26 minutes, 10 minutes. So we could do that for the real fun. You can also say, well, I want to drive now. You untick this box, and your GSM-R clock will be set 2 minutes before departing. In this case, 13:24. For now I'm going for the real thing. As you can see, not always all the information is available through real-time trains. I have here some platform information missing. Well, I don't know which platform it is, but to make things complete I could give in platform 1. It's just a guess on my side. This one is going to Bedford. Well, I'm on the London-Brighton route now, so we will leave them at East Croydon, I guess. But just for the demo this, I don't have the combined route from the workshop where you can drive all the way from Brighton to Bedford. So we are just going to stop at East Croydon, this demo. Press OK. As you can see, the real-time service is now loaded into the broadcast form. Start broadcast. As you can see, because we are doing a real drive, you don't have the standard yellow tag anymore. All real drives are kind of real-time trains blue, and because we are doing a real drive, you can see a kind of clock in the icon as we are driving. So we are not driving yet, but I can show you later. Hello, Carla. Yeah, I got the microphone working on another PC. I yesterday on my laptop only get cracking and screaming and all kind of weird noises. Well, I couldn't let it go, so I thought I have a spare PC. Gonna install it there, and the headset is fine. I think it has something to do with my laptop, some setting, or maybe some hardware problem, I don't know. Gonna fix it later, I hope. We'll leave it just as it is. Opening the GPS radio tool now. GPS radio tool has the Ebula, that's the German word for electronic book. Huppeltepip, I don't know, anything like that. It's basically the electronic timetable which has been loaded from the RTT service. So we see all the stops here, starting at Preston Park all the way down to Bedford. As I said, we will leave at last at East Croydon. Of course, the router will not allow us to go there. With the card button you can activate your card for spoken announcements. Based on the voice that you select. I have only one voice here. If you select a German voice, you will get German announcements, which is pretty weird for an UK service. So, but based on the language, German or English, you get in that language the spoken announcement. Activated now.
Guard is present on this service.
Pretty much almost everything that the card says will be shown on your tag on the radar. So you're broadcasting all the actions to the radar. We'll leave at 5 minutes. We can broadcast that by clicking this link, departure announcement. Announce your scheduled departure.
Scheduled departure at 13:26.
clicking the current destination of the current station, I must say, to announce that
Currently
we are
boarding at Brighton.
don't have to say that, it is saying that. By clicking the head code with the origin and destination of our service, the guard will basically read the complete list of destinations.
This is the
That's pretty much
1326
in this
Brighton
one.
to Bedford service, calling at Preston Park, Hassocks, Burgess Hill, Wyvils Field, Haywoods Heath, Balcombe, Three Bridges, Gatwick Airport, East Croydon, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, St Pancras International, West Hampstead Thameslink, St Albans, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, Luton, Leagrave, Harlington, Flitwick, and final destination Bedford.
Pretty much it. Glad I don't have to speak out it myself. What can we say more? Since we are driving a real-time real drive, the 9032 headcoder service is also standing at Brighton, but then as a real train, of course. And by clicking this exclamation button, you can show the progress of the real service. You can see that it's also at the platform, a slightly different platform. We're at 17. That's because I took a quick drive, but that sometimes happens in real life, I guess. And we can follow the real service while we're driving it. Some people, some purists, they say when the real service has a delay, I have a delay also. But you can also try to beat the real service by getting on time at every destination. By clicking, this is by the way the real-time train website, which we opened with the headcoder, and we can show the service information. As you can see, we have a slightly different electric unit. We drive a class 377 and the real service is class 700, which I don't think is available in Train Simulator yet. I've never seen it. There's all kind of interesting information for you to explore. We have also a real radar on board. The Radar is one of it. I don't think it's a very pretty website, but it should show our train, but it's showing nothing right now. As an alternative, you can use the Omnicon train locator, which shows all the services as a blue dot with the headcoder. So we could look for headcoder 9032, which should be at the platform in Brighton right now. It isn't. It isn't yet. Might be started. We can look later if we can find it. Well, it's 25, so I think the doors will be closed now. You can see that this this website shows, besides destinations, stations, also junctions and other points where it is measured. You can go to the button and show less detail to get a nice overview. And sometimes refresh. We'll leave it open now. Don't have to leave it open, but it's nice to see a real service Okay, let's go. Nope. There you go. You can see at this icon that there's two more bold lines which should present a clock in the play icon. So you can see by this that this is a real-time real drive and not an ad hoc real drive. You can make announcements by clicking the next stop, approach and the calling ad. You can do that by clicking the button as I do now, but you can also get the cap in focus and click Alt, comma in this
Next
case.
stop, Preston Park.
Is the real drive already? Yes, it departed 1 minute early. Gonna have to do some speeding to catch up with it. Oh gee, just clicked the emergency button by accident. It's gonna be some delays. It was not by accident. I scripted this for the stream. So when you drive this surface, you basically cycle through these three buttons. Next stop, approach, calling it. Then next by calling it, the current next stop will go to the next one. Then you go next stop, calling it, of approach, calling it. Next stop, approach, calling it. Make a mistake, you can go back without an announcement. Go forward without an announcement. Mostly I do 1 mile before the destination. I make an approaching at announcement. This is so close, I leave it by this. When I do a approach announcement, I can let you hear. Why not?
This is the
She is going to read
1326
all
Brighton
the
to Bedford
stations.
service.
We'll be calling
Calling
it
at
after
Preston
this.
Park. Hassocks.
After this
Burgess Hill.
station. The list is
Wyvelsfield.
getting shorter and shorter along the way, of
Haywoods
course.
Heath. Balcombe. Three Bridges. Gatwick Airport. East Croydon. London Bridge. London Blackfriars. City Thameslink. Farringdon. St Pancras International. West Hampstead Thameslink. St Albans. Harpenden. Luton Airport Parkway. Luton. Leagrave. Harlington. Flitwick, and final destination Bedford. Now, approaching Preston Park.
Okay, we are now at Preston Park, so I could click this button, but when you use the shortcut Alt-T, you will and make the announcement
Calling at
and open
Preston
the door
Park.
at the same time.
Platform 2.
As you can see, we are right on time. It's measured in an RTT style, and that's also automatic shown on the radar. It could be 1 minute late, could be 2 minutes early. It will be shown on the radar. Have to leave here at 13:30. Well, just let's leave. Calling Alt, comma
Next
for the
stop.
next stop announcement.
Hassocks.
This is Hassocks. I like to drive without a HUD, and when you have the map Normally I have this device on another monitor, but when I have the map I can see where Essex is about. I don't know all the places. Learn a lot. I can just search for Essex, and here is Essex. So I can pretty much drive without the HUD, without overrunning the platform. I guess, I hope. Let's see where the real service is. Somewhere between Preston and Essex. You can see I clicked F3 because I was not sure what the max speed here was. Well, that's a good way, it's no problem, but the radar itself has some information of that. You can activate an open railway map layer called max speed, and it's not everywhere implemented. It's mainly in Germany and a lot of England, but not everywhere. And it will draw a line and show the max speed at the tracks when once it is loaded. As you can see now, 75 mile per hour max speed, going up to 90 about here. So that's giving all the information you need to drive without a HUD, if you like. You can also follow my train here by clicking the follow button. And if you registered a point of interest on this route, you could of course go to your own personal radar and load them there to give feedback of the situation. Arriving time 13:36. Let's announce that.
Arriving in Essex Platform 1 at 13:36.
Pressing Alt dot.
This is the 13:30 Brighton
Approach
to Bedford
announcement.
service, calling at Essex, Burgess Hill, Wyvils Field, Haywoods Heath, Balcombe, Three Bridges, Gatwick Airport, East Croydon, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thames Link, Farringdon, St Pancras International, West Hampstead Thames Link, St Albans, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, Luton, Leagrave, Harlington, Flitwick, and final destination Bedford. Now, approaching Essex. Calling it Adhoc.
As you can see, I
Platform
clicked
1.
Alt T as hotkey, which is the same as clicking the calling it announcement button, and timetable cycles to the next destination, Burgess Hill at this time. So it's basically cycling through the 3 buttons, just playing with your timetable. As you can see, open railway map layers are a bit drawn badly sometimes. Gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna take it off now. Makes it a bit clearer. Next stop. Let's click Alt, comma.
Next stop. Burgess Hill.
Remember, all is optional. If you don't like to have all the stations read, just don't do the approach statement. Do it once in a while. Only if you want your timeliness measured, calling it is of course required. But if you don't, you just don't. It's as easy as that. Pretty much right on time this time, even the real service. Just pressing Alt T to open the doors and make the announcement at the same time.
Calling it Burgess Hill. Platform 1.
As you can see, pretty much on time with this service. Must make some progress to demo an earlier arrivement or a late one. We'll see. Alt, comma.
Next stop.
Cycling through the next
Wyville's Field.
stop. Pretty close, Wyville's Field, I guess, yes. I mean, it's pretty close. An approach announcement is a bit overdone, I think. But as said, nothing, all is optional, nothing required, mandatory or whatever. timeliness is measured when you make the calling at announcement. As you can see, we are pretty much on time, but it's now 30 seconds, and after 30 seconds, past 42 in this case, we will be for ThirdRails
Calling
1
it
minute late. Get
Weibelsfield.
a red
Platform 1.
label showing 1 minute late, and it's also shown on your tag automatically. And the real service, of course, still early.
Next stop, Haywood's Heath.
All is configurable. This is taking a lot of space, of course. You can put it on your second monitor if you like. You can also use the HUD and hide this one, making things a bit more compact. You can hide the timetable if you like. It's all configurable.
This is the 1342 Brighton to Bedford service, calling at Haywood's Heath, Balcombe, Three Bridges, Gatwick Airport, East Croydon, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, St Pancras International, West Hampstead Thameslink, St Albans, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, Luton, Leagrave, Harlington, Flitwick, and final destination Bedford. Now, approaching Haywood's Heath. Calling at Haywood's Heath, Platform 3.
Still 1 minute late. Let's see if we can find our head code here at Haywood's Heath. Oops.
Next stop, Balcombe.
There it is, 9032, that's our counter real service, so to speak. It's a bit north of, a bit ahead of us. Also make, of course, your ad hoc announcements, like service message. This train is for Bedford.
This train is for Bedford.
The card will speak it out. It will be shown on your radar tag. Three more destinations before we stop this service at East Croydon, because we don't have a track to London Bridge. If you want to ride this service yourself, you can load in the workshop to South London. I don't know exactly his name. It's a workshop by Danny, and then you can drive all the way from Brighton to Bedford. Nice drive. I think it's 2 hour drive. Go to the centre of London, straight to the Midlands.
This is the 1347 Brighton to Bedford service, calling at Balcombe. 3 bridges. Gatwick Airport. East Croydon. London Bridge. London Blackfriars. City Thameslink. Farringdon. St Pancras International. West Hampstead Thameslink. St Albans. Harpenden. Luton Airport Parkway. Luton. Leagrave. Harlington. Flitwick, and final destination Bedford. Now. Approaching, Balcombe. Calling at Balcombe. Platform 1.
1 minute early now. So we pretty much catched up with the real one. It should be at Balcombe also. It's not really refreshing real well, but
Next stop, 3 bridges.
So to wrap things up, Real Drive, basically you can use it right away with quick drive scenarios. Just take your origin and your destination and the loco you want to ride. You can also use it for free roam scenarios. It's pretty funny. You have to set the path yourself. It can be a bit scary sometimes. You have to look ahead using the 9 button on the map in Train Simulator. It's giving you more freedom. Giving you more freedom in calling at the right platforms. Now we call at platforms which are set by the quick drive scenario, which can be different in real life. So for the real tourist out there, free roam is the thing to go. That's pretty much it. Besides career and standard scenarios, you have an unlimited amount of scenarios available in the real-time services.
This is the 1352 Brighton to Bedford service, calling at 3 bridges. Gatwick Airport, East Croydon, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, St Pancras International, West Hampstead Thameslink, St Albans, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, Luton, Leagrave, Harlington, Flitwick, and final destination Bedford. Now, approaching 3 bridges. Calling at 3 bridges. Platform 2.
Still 1 minute early. As the real service.
Scheduled departure at 13:59. This train is for Bedford.
Guess the real service already left. Of course it's leaving. It's not yet. It's still at the platform. And let's beat it.
This is the 1359 Brighton to Bedford service. Calling, next stop, Gatwick Airport.
If you make a mistake, you can, the bolt row is the actual row we are on. If you make a mistake, you can just going with these buttons without any announcement. We'll put it on the right one. So there's no problem.
This is the 1359 Brighton to Bedford service, calling at Gatwick Airport. East Croydon, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, St Pancras International, West Hampstead Thameslink, St Albans, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, Luton, Leagrave, Harlington, Flitwick, and final destination Bedford. Now, approaching Gatwick Airport.
Pressing Alt-T.
Calling at Gatwick Airport. Platform 3. Scheduled departure at 14:06.
Waiting here 3 minutes. Before depart. To our semi-final destination, East Croydon, where we will leave this train.
This train is for Bedford.
Real service was 1 minute late, so I guess we are winning. Not that it is a competition. Okay, let's go.
Next stop, East Croydon. Arriving in East Croydon Platform 2 at 14:21.
That's our scheduled estimated time of arrival. I think we are going to make it. Can review your timeliness just in the timetable. RT, right on time. 1 minute late, 1 minute late, 1 minute early. Probably some speeding occurred between these two places. Early. To make some time this ride. And once we are finished, which we will in East Croydon, you can print this summary report, save to PDF or Excel or whatever for your own archive or later use. In fact, I could open it now by clicking this print button. It will make a little report. Which you probably will do at the end of the service, of course, normally spoken. So we had the service 9032 Brighton to Bedford. It was today 16 October. Driver was anonymous, but it was me. It was a Realtime Real Drive. The service ID was for W64546. You've got here all the delay notifications, right on time, the exact arrival. You can print it or export it to any of these what do you call it, standard document types. You can make a HTML file of it, RTF, Excel, comma separated text file, what you like. Did a little speeding, hope you didn't notice. East Croydon here. There it is. Could use the standard open railway map for it, make it more clear. As I said, it's drawn a bit laggy. Have to look into that.
Arriving in East Croydon Platform 2 at 14:21.
Hi, ScotRail, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Got my mic working on another PC. On my laptop yesterday it was all cracking and screaming and tearing and I don't know, buzzing. Couldn't get it to work properly. Must be a setting or a hardware problem on my laptop. Hi David, so do we. Worth noting that everyone on the radar, pull it in, can also at first see that you're doing a real-time real drive, and they can also view the real-time train service page. With all the information. Not sure what it all means, but it's pretty interesting stuff. And you can all see if you on schedule compared with the real service. $14.16 we passed Pearly. So did the real thing. We're pretty much on schedule, I guess.
This is the 1406 Brighton to Bedford service, calling at East Croydon, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, St Pancras International, West Hampstead Thameslink, St Albans, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, Luton, Leagrave, Harlington, Flitwick, and final destination Bedford. Now. Approaching, East Croydon.
Pressing Alt-T, open
Calling
the doors,
it
make the
East
announcement.
Croydon. Platform 2.
As said, I have the wrong route here, so this one is going to London Victoria and our service is going to Bedford and is calling at London Bridge, which we cannot go. But since we are in a quick drive, we could just see what services are leaving from East Croydon and see if we can take over service from East Croydon the direction of London Victoria. So we'll close the device now. I have to review my performance, of course. Save it somewhere. So we made it to East Croydon, entered 1 minute early. Well, okay, you can save it, whatever you like. Going back to the broadcast form. And let's see East Croydon, which services do leave here. To know that, I have to use and to know the CRS or Tipler code, which of course I don't know for East Croydon. That's why you have here the railway coders.org website, which you can open. It's a little behind, and let's see if we found East Croydon. East Croydon, it's ECR. Let's copy that. Get it out of the way. What are the departures at East Croydon and where are they heading? The 9035, yeah, we know, we brought it here. We would like to end in London Victoria, so I filter this column at that station. So at 14:30 a service is going. It's in 8 minutes, but let's make instead of a real-time real drive, just make a ad hoc real drive of it. Of course, you get the timetable from the original origin. We have 2 stops to London Victoria. Maybe we have something more interesting. It's all 2 stops, I think. Doesn't matter. We're going to drive the 1C37 from, how do you, Bonjour Regis, I guess, I hope I speak it out well, We're not gonna do the real drive because we have to wait a half an hour and that's not what we are planning to do, so I uncheck this box. By the way, if you want search for others, you can just put in your time or date here and try to find a timetable. It's not always available, the timetable at that time, but that you will see when you click to retrieve real-time service info button. So we're going to do an ad hoc drive from East Croydon, where we are now, through Clapham Junction to London Victoria. We're going to load the timetable. Name on tag is altered, so put in my name here. I will resume, and if we open the GMSR tool now, you see that the clock is set 2 minutes before departing, but that's the original departing at Bonjour, Regis, or how you call it. I have to put the timetable now to East Croydon because we can't call these stations. We already passed them. Now that you can do with the next or prior button, but next to jump over the timetable and set the active station. So we are now at East Croydon. Departure is 14:45. Well, the clock was set to the original departure. So with this button you can change the clock, and let's set it departure 14:45. Let's set it at 14. Oh. Fourteen 53. Give us 1 minute to get things ready. And we now continue our service just with another service. When you click at the show progress real service button, the real-time trains page for that service is opened, and it has a link show service information, and that shows information about the service. In the last service you saw that it was a class 700, and I don't think it's not known now. At least it's an electric multiple unit. Sometimes it says which class it is, but at this point it's probably not available information for RTT. Time to go. So the class information, which trains ride, are not always available, but sometimes they are. Alt, comma for the next statement. I have to activate our service card. Different train, different card.
Guard is present on this service. Next stop, Clapham Junction.
Yeah, the tool originally I built this tool for scenario building. I was building scenarios. I find it always difficult to get the timings right. When to start some AI train, was always a problem, so well, I played a bit with this tool, and I came with the feature of placing the point of interest. So when I started building a scenario, I first had to play a train and wrote the route and put point of interest along the route everywhere, so that I could use that information on when to start some train crossing or whatever. Still in there, was all local, no radar. In fact, ThirdRails released 19 October 2017, 1 year old in 2 days. Big celebration. Let's see how the real service is doing. Is it late or is it ahead of everything? We did not do a real-time real drive. We did an ad hoc real drive, so real service can't really compare where it is right now. It's behind. It's in Crawley, so that's the difference between a real-time real drive and an ad hoc real drive. We're doing now the ad hoc. Which you can also see in the radar, at the radar, on the tag. It doesn't has that clock plate feature in it. You have to look carefully for it. It still has the original RTT service we are driving, but it's not real time. Oh, speeding a bit. But our clock is set to the time, to the right time right now, based on the timetable. Speaking of those point of interests, while we're driving now, I could pull in the ThirdRails map tool if it wants. What I meant with the put a map. What I meant with the scenario building support of it. You know, it could be interesting for the scenario to know when you enter this bridge. Well, you pull out the point of interest panel. Well, since we are under the bridge, no use anymore, but you have to pull it out again. But let's say this bridge. Click add POI, and it puts down this tag here, the bridge. It's probably not a destination, but still you want to know that you're in Bedford Hill. Well, you can put all sorts of information, 3 kinds: speed, destination and info. And it's all registered here under. So we had the bridge, and we know that this is 30 minutes, 13 hours. It's a bit yeah, elapsed time is a bit big, but I think that is because we changed the time in between. But what it has to do is that it gives you the elapsed time from the start of the scenario, and you mustn't change the time, of course. And that gives you all kinds of information in building scenario. You can really build it with military precision at that moment. All that information can be saved to a project so that you can open it later. For later use. So let's clear the map. I have some demo project here with some points of interest in. And as you can see, they are loaded now. So you can exactly see at the second when your train is at what position. Great for scenario building. That was the original idea of the tool.
This is the 1454 Bognor Regis to London Victoria service, calling at Clapham Junction, and final destination London Victoria. Now, approaching Clapham Junction. Calling at Clapham Junction. Platform 12.
Alt T for opening the doors and making the calling at announcement at the same time.
Next stop, London Victoria. This train is not for Bedford. It is redirected to London Victoria. Arriving in London Victoria platform 19 at 15:11.
It's worth noting that you can, if you like, change the timetable on the fly. As you can see, because we have a quick drive, the platform is now set to platform 17, not 19. I could change that. Oh. From 19 to 17. Have to make sure I read in the... Now it says 17.
Arriving in London Victoria platform 17 at 15:11.
You can even, if you like, add other stops. There are no other stops behind after London Victoria now, but you can just type here next destination, whatever, doesn't matter, 15. Just in basic, you don't even have to load a timetable. You can just open it just in time, or click it, or put it in just in time. But it's gonna give you some stress along the way to get it all in fine. So better load it in front. But it's all possible. You can also load timetables just in time here from file scenario or RTT service, just as we did in the broadcast form. We have some AI collision. Well, nice end of stream, I guess. So this was it. To recapitulate, what did we do? We did a ThirdRails Real Drive, as we call it. What does that? That extends your quick drive and free roam scenarios out of the box, so to speak, with a number of services which you can see ahead. It gives you a lot of possibilities to ride trains on several routes in real time or ad hoc, with the timetable support from real-time trains with the real information in it. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed and that you didn't how do you say that? You weren't scared by the crash at the end. Graham, nothing the matter, don't worry. It's all fake. So no problem. Hope to see you next time. We'll do more of this tutorial kind of streams, I hope, when my microphone is cooperating. It's much better experience than with a notepad text editor with it. So I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.